Young Adult Podcast.
Welcome to podcast 148. We got a tasty one for you today.
We do got a tasty one.
My name is Pastor Lucas.
That's right. My name is Pastor Aaron.
And we have decided to do a much better job at introducing ourselves.
Yeah, we have been trying to do that for a few weeks, but this week it got serious because I wrote it on the board.
It's on the board. That means it's got to get done. I am the executive pastor here at Cornerstone Church. I also do a few other things. Run the Young Adults Ministry, creative team, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and I'm the youth pastor, and I also run our transportation ministry, which is doing awesome. So a lot of fun stuff. I love being youth pastor. I feel like a lot of times people, like statistically, I think the average time that people are a youth pastor is less than 3 years.
Yeah, it's
like 26 months or something like that.
okay. I was even going to say less than 2 years.
Maybe it is. It could have changed. But I've been youth pastor for 5 years now, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job. And we've got a tasty podcast for you today.
We do. I'm excited about this one.
Me too. We're going to taste test healthy treats.
Healthy treats.
Yes.
Which some of these I've never even heard of before.
Two of these I've never heard of. And so we've got, let's see here. Joyride.
Joyrides.
Joyride.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Sour watermelon wedges, 80% less sugar. This actually is claiming 4 grams of sugar, no junk, amazing taste, plant-based candy. That's Joyride. You want to do this one first?
Yeah, let's do it.
There you go.
All right.
Have you had this before?
I've never had Joyride before.
I've had this.
Oh, I got 2.
It's okay.
It's all right, we're going to go for it.
Gotta go for it.
So, yeah, I've never had Joyride before. I have seen them all over the internet, but I've never had one.
You know what? Maybe we should push away the microphones because it's just sound just disgusting of chewing. That's good.
That is good.
I've had this before.
That's really good.
Very good. You can't tell it has.
I can't believe there's only 4 grams of sugar in
You
that.
can't tell there's only 4 grams of sugar in the Joyride.
That's good.
All right. Do another one for us, Pastor.
All right. Yeah, as far as sour candy goes, or like gummy candy, fruity gummy candy, that's really good.
I'm more of a sour gummy candy person than I am chocolate. But I'd really, really like chocolate. Like my favorite chocolate, Pastor Evan hooked me on. It's Reasons.
The Reasons, yeah.
It's like a dark chocolate, caramel-covered dark chocolate.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, all right. I'm more of a chocolate guy, but that that was good.
Why don't we rate?
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Should we 1 to 10, 10 being the best? You can use decimal points too.
Can we change our rating after we try the other ones?
No.
No? And once we rate it, it's set?
It's set. That's the rules. I don't make them.
Okay, all right. We'll follow those rules that we didn't make. Man. Honestly,
just base it off normal candy. Don't base it off of like healthy candy.
Yeah, off normal candy, that's a solid at least 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 8.6.
8, yeah, I almost went 9. That's good. I would eat that whole bag.
I know. It's hard not to right now. All right, introduce our next one and pose for the camera as if I have to do a screenshot for the thumbnail.
All right. This is called
because I do.
This one is Smart Sweets, and it is new and improved. So it's got that going for it.
Smart Sweets.
It says kick sugar, keep candy, and it has only 3 grams of sugar per bag. So
nice pose.
Let's see what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So this has 1 less gram of sugar. Oh, and these are like little characters. There's different flavors. Okay, I'm gonna go with green.
It's like a dude with a hat on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with a green. This looks like a knockoff Sour Patch Kid.
I'm gonna go with red.
All right.
It does look like a knockoff. Really good. Wow. I'm going to try yellow.
All right. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like this as much.
I like it more.
It's more sour.
That's what. Yes, that's why I like it. It's more sour.
And I do like the more sour flavor. But I feel like I can tell more that this is not sugar.
That tastes really good to me.
It's not bad, but I think the Joyride is better. I'm gonna give this 6.8.
Oh, I'm going 8.9.
Wow. All right.
Well, I said a little better.
Yeah.
I want to eat more. I want to eat the whole thing. I'll tell you what does this for me more than Joyride.
Okay.
Well, right now at least.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just watermelon.
Yeah.
It's a singular flavor of watermelon.
Yeah.
That has like 4 or 5 different.
Yeah.
There's
Hold
like
on.
red and yellow.
Let me try the orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got red, yellow, green, and orange.
Is it tastes like an orange?
Yeah, different flavor. The orange is better than the green.
Yellow is very sour. I had the yellow. All right. On to the next one.
What do we got?
Shameless. This I'm just gonna read it.
Yeah.
What's up, watermelon gummy candy? What's up?
What's that?
It's literally spelled WASSUP. What's up? Watermelon. Gluten-free, vegan, a good source of dietary fiber, it says. Ugh. You know what the thing is, Pastor Aaron?
What's the thing?
Did you know there is a warning label on sugar-free gummy candies? Because if you eat too many, you get explosive diarrhea.
Yes, I did know that.
And I find it funny that they call it dietary fiber, when in reality, it's dangerous diarrhea.
Yeah, that should be the
This
advertisement.
This doesn't look like watermelon. I mean, there's no green to identify it as like a watermelon. It's just as like a red.
Just a red gummy.
Yeah.
All right, let me grab one of those guys. These bad boys. I will say, as far as appearances go, this one's the worst so far.
Yep. Most boring. Nope.
That one's the worst.
Yeah, that's bad. I don't know how much sugar's in it. Shameless should be ashamed of
I was
themselves.
just gonna say they should be ashamed.
So we've had Joyride, Smart Sweet, and Shameless. And that's 4.2.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. Yeah, the Smart Sweet and the Joyride was way better. All right, we got another
Last one.
Smart Sweets. This one is Tropical Sours, plant-based candy. Again, only 3 grams of sugar. I want to see, the other one had, oh yeah, okay, we got flavors. Lime Twist, Pineapple Orange, Tropical Punch. All right,
I'm going to try the lime.
these are little, I'm guessing orange is pineapple orange, so I'm gonna try that one.
I'm going for a green one here. I'm a big lime guy. Smells tropical.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
That one's good.
You like the...
Yeah, give me another one of them. I want to try the green one.
I really... Oh, that lime is like real lime. How would they do this? Very good. Fruit punch.
Oh,
What in the world? There's been Hawaiian punched in the face.
dude, that lime?
I told you, dude. What is this character? What is the character here?
There's supposed to be flowers or something.
It doesn't look
It
like
doesn't
a
look
flower.
like it, but okay.
It looks like an ugly Christmas tree.
Dude, the only unfortunate, here's the one bad thing about that bag. It only had like 2 greens. Or 3
It's
greens.
small. There's not much in it.
How many green ones did you eat?
One.
Well, I ate one. I don't think there's any more left.
You're right. Whoever packaged this one messed up.
But
Yeah, there was only 2 green in there.
that green, that was one of the best pieces of fruity candy that I've ever had.
Yeah, I know.
That was good.
I'm going back to this Sour Patch Kid. That's not a Sour Patch Kid because...
Yeah. Okay, dude, that Smart Sweet,
Yeah. Okay.
that,
Smart Sweet?
yeah.
Okay. This one's the best. I gave this one a...
You gave that one an 8-9. Mm-hmm. I like that one better.
Okay.
I'm going to give this one, this is a 9 out of 10 for me.
That's an 8 point... that's an 8.8 for me.
Okay.
Because I like the flavors of the...
Yeah.
well, this Smart Sweet better.
What are the flavors on that one? It says it on the back.
Okay. I like, berry, blue raspberry, lime, lemon, orange.
Okay.
So there's more flavor options.
There's
in this
more
one.
flavor options in that one.
And so, yeah, and I thought it tasted a little better. That was more of a tropical.
Yeah, there's a little more tropical flavor.
Yeah, tropical theme. It says actually on there tropical.
Yeah, it says tropical sours.
This just says Sour Blast Buddies. So my favorite was Sour Blast Buddies. Your favorite was the tropical.
the tropical. Yeah.
So I'm going to break. So 8.8, right? That's what I said? And then
Yeah.
you said 9?
I said 9.
All right, this one's my favorite right here.
I specifically the green one was, like I said, maybe one of the best sour candies that I've ever had.
Let me just say this. Everybody listening out there. It makes no sense to go to the store and not buy this. Like if you're going to go buy candy for the movies or for whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
No. I go to the store and buy candy.
Yeah.
And then I go to the movies.
Yeah.
This is better than the other candy.
I would way rather have this than Sour Patch Kids.
And it's healthy.
Healthy, at least
Yeah.
I don't know if you can say healthy.
Well, less sugar.
It's way less sugar.
It says 3 grams of sugar on the Smart Sweets. I don't know how much the serving size is, but
And, the
Joyrides.
Joyrides
Yeah, it's good.
also 80% less sugar.
There's other flavors. We didn't present everything here.
Yeah, that's only a couple flavors. I was impressed. I've never had any of these gummy, healthier candies before.
Yeah.
Those are good. Those are very good. Well, besides the shameless one.
Yes. Don't. I don't recommend shameless. You can do whatever you want.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but if you want to be full of shame, you can go buy the shameless ones.
You can do whatever you want, but why would you do it? You want to get into the meat?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right.
It was dessert first today. Mm-hmm. Let's get into the meat today.
Luke chapter 15, my friend.
Luke chapter 15.
3 of maybe my favorite parables.
They're good ones.
Yeah.
They're really good ones.
And they're specifically, though, these parables are about taking the time to go after the one.
Yeah.
To go after one.
Yeah. Come on.
The idea of, so the 3 parables are the parable of the lost sheep,
Yep.
parable of the lost coin, and the prodigal son.
Prodigal son. Yep.
And so the writer here is trying to show us the importance of the one. Mm-hmm. The importance of the one.
One of the things that I learned when I was going through Bible classes through the IMA, and I'm sure that you learned this too, was that anytime that the Bible repeats itself,
Yes.
and if it says something
Truly,
three times,
I tell you, verily, verily.
yes,
Yeah.
that you really needed to pay attention to that. Mm-hmm. And so when Jesus goes into Luke 15 and tells 3 parables, which all 3 of them, by the way, he tells in response because the Pharisees are like, why are you eating with tax collectors?
Yeah.
You hypocrite.
Yeah.
And Jesus is like, nah, you're the hypocrite. Let me tell you 3 stories about a lost sheep, a lost coin, and a lost son. And so anytime that when Jesus tells 3 parables that all have very similar meanings, I think we got to pay attention.
Yeah. My favorite of the 3 parables is the prodigal son.
Yeah, I agree.
There have been almost so many books written on the prodigal son. And it feels like each time you read a book about the prodigal son, the parable, you get something fresh, new, more greater insight.
Yeah.
And one of the great things about the story of the prodigal son is it starts with the story of 2 sons. One is rebellious and takes all the money of his inheritance and leaves. But by the time the story ends, the rebellious son has flipped.
Yeah. Yep.
And I've never preached that before. But I see it. I've never preached it, but I see it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of talking about it now for the first time.
Yeah.
So what do I mean it's flipped? Well, the son that was good, that stayed home and didn't waste his inheritance and stayed there and worked, in the end, he's refusing to come to the party. He's refusing to listen to his father.
Yeah.
He's mad at his father.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not participating in the celebration. He's rebellious.
Yeah. Yeah. This is interesting because actually, well, by the time this airs, it will have just happened. But that's actually the part of the story that I'm going to be preaching about on Wednesday. Which
really?
For us right now is tomorrow, but when this drops, it'll have happened the night before. I'm actually talking about the older son.
Okay.
That second part. And one of the things that I find really interesting, I've never preached about this before, but I've heard a couple preachers, is that the story ends with the older son. It doesn't really give us how it ends.
The one thing we know for sure is that the father is going after him.
Right. The father goes out to the son.
Yes.
And is talking with, and Jesus kind of leaves the story open-ended.
Yes, he does.
And which I think is really interesting. And I think that maybe it should give us pause and say, am I celebrating when someone new comes to the Lord? Am I so passionate like the father is? Because as soon as the son came home, what did the father do? He put his cloak on him, put a ring on him, gave him the sandals, said, kill the fattened calf. We need to throw a party. My son that was dead is now alive, right? He immediately is welcoming him into the kingdom. But I think that sometimes we can maybe not have quite that same attitude.
I think the I guess we can call him the older son, represents the religious people.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And that spirit of works.
Yeah.
It's a works-based.
Absolutely. Works-based system.
Works-based love. If I work really hard, if I'm really disciplined, if I do everything right, my father will treat me better.
Yeah.
And will favor me more.
Right.
And that's kind of what Jesus is debunking.
Yeah.
And there's more. There's even more there.
Yeah.
There's so much more there.
Yeah. We could talk about that for the entire rest of the podcast. But I think, Pastor Luke, that one of if you had to pull one overarching theme from all, I think it's 32 verses in Luke chapter 15, it's that going after the one is very near to the heart of the Father.
Yeah.
And that it should be for us as well.
So we just simply call it evangelism.
Right. Come on.
That's what we call it. And there's this awesome article that Dan Ryland wrote. Shout out to Dan.
Come on, Dan.
Dan is impressive.
Dan is impressive.
Yeah. His website, danryland.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gold there, folks. Dan's impressive. He just recently came out with an article on evangelism. And, we're getting close to Easter, and it's a great time for the church to evangelize. It's a high point of evangelism for us, Cornerstone, as a church.
Yeah, 100%.
I just got out of a meeting where we highlighted and figured out all the different evangelism techniques and strategies we're using this Easter season, and it's pretty awesome.
I love that.
Okay. We got a lot of different strategies and events to evangelize, to invite people to Easter this year to our church. Now, he wrote this in an article just recently, why our invitation is so extraordinary.
Yeah. This was so good.
It is really good because it's motivating for us Christians to evangelize. You know, when we invite somebody to church, what are we inviting them to? It's extraordinary.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not just, hey, come sit in this building. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
It's way more than that. So check this out.
He lists 8 things really quickly.
Yeah.
About why our invitation is extraordinary.
Yeah,
and I'll
this was so good.
say them really quickly. Number 1, it's about meaningful relationship and community.
Whew, come on.
That's what we're inviting people to. Number 2, it's an opportunity for a changed life and a better way to live.
Let's go.
It's number 3, it brings answers to unanswered questions.
Come on.
Number 4, it helps make sense of a world that doesn't make sense.
Uh-huh.
Number 5, it offers joy instead of sadness.
Come on.
Hop on the joyride.
Say, get on the joyride.
No pun intended. It's just cheesy. Number 6, it's an invitation to purpose and meaning rather than random hopelessness.
Ooh, that one's so good.
Number 7, it offers freedom from what holds you captive. Number 8, it presents truth rather than confusion.
Come on, somebody.
That's why our invitation is so extraordinary. And I believe if we, the church, understood what our invitation means, we would be inviting more often.
Yeah. And I think that we can sometimes think that it can be really intimidating. And sometimes it can be.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's not sugarcoat it here. It is intimidating.
Yeah. Especially, I think it's most intimidating maybe after you've had a couple hard conversations or invitations that just got rejected, fell flat.
Yeah.
They were like, no thanks. Or I've even a couple of times been like laughed at.
Yeah.
When inviting people to church.
Spirit of Sanballat and Tobiah right there.
Yeah. And so especially I feel like after some of those, it can be intimidating. But I think that I love that you read that list because remembering that, keeping those types of things in the forefront of your mind when you're looking for opportunities to invite, to evangelize, helps to motivate and kind of give you the courage to push past that intimidation and just go for it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Many people in the Bible had this spirit of going after the one. Mm-hmm. Right early on in Samuel, 1st and 2nd Samuel, David is introduced onto the scene, and we see clearly a mighty champion willing to kill a lion and a bear.
Yeah.
To protect, we don't know, let's just assume a sheep.
Yeah.
And he's willing to lay his life down.
Yeah.
For the sheep. He's willing to face a lion and a bear.
Right.
To protect a sheep. Man. And so that heart is portrayed and pushed early on in the Bible. Mm-hmm. The heart of going after the one.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, what's interesting with David is he does it when he's telling King Saul when a bear would come into the herd and grab a sheep, I would strike it down or chase it down and grab the sheep from its mouth, and then I would strike the bear, which is crazy. But think about the correlation to then what Jesus did in Luke chapter 15, or the picture that he paints in Luke chapter 15. He's got 99 sheep.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of sheep.
That's a lot. That's enough, right?
Yeah, you would think he'd be like, yeah, I got 99.
Yeah, what's one?
What's one?
I'll breed better next year. Like I'll replace them in the herd next year with,
But he says, no, of course. Like he paints this picture like it's so obvious. Of course I would leave the 99 that are safe in the sheep pen to go after the one. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's such a great depiction of the heart of God, of how desperate, no, I don't know if desperate is the right word, but how passionate Jesus is and the Father is about seeing people brought into the kingdom of God.
Well, let's try to convince them even further. Because Jesus first uses the idea of sheep, which honestly, of all of the things, that's not something that I would care about personally.
Yeah.
Maybe if he said like you had a couple dogs and one of them got lost, you'd go after it. I could
Right.
see that as just, my American culture. But the next parable strikes more of a chord with me.
Yeah.
And actually, Jesus does a great job here at starting kind of at a low level of just sheep.
Yeah.
Then he goes up a little bit with I would say like desire, passion, desire,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. He talks about money.
Yeah.
And I suppose there's a lady that's got 10 coins.
Yeah.
Now, you're like, 10 coins. What's 10 coins? Well, let's just assume each coin is worth 1 year's wage.
Yeah. Right. Woohoo!
So you got in your possession
I'm going after
10
that
years
coin.
of wages.
Yeah.
And you lose 1. Now this is striking a little bit more like, I think I would turn the house upside down
Yeah.
to
Come
find
Come
a
on.
year's wage.
Yeah.
That one strikes more with me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And he knows that too. That's why he kind of moves on to like, okay, the sheep one didn't get all of you, and I understand that because some of you in here don't care about sheep.
Yeah.
What about this one?
Yeah.
Then you're like, I would do that. Okay, then, hey, that's how God sees you. You're valuable to him.
Come on. That's
You're
good.
You're valuable to him. And then the third one, you see, gets even more personal because it's your children,
Yeah.
which your child is worth more than a year's wage.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And a parent, now you're tugging at the heartstrings of a parent,
Yeah.
of a grandparent, right? Maybe
Yeah.
even an uncle, an aunt,
Yeah.
a brother and a sister, right?
Yeah.
You put yourself as the brother, you put yourself, related to the one that's lost, and you think to yourself, I would want somebody to go after my brother, my son,
Yeah.
my father, my whatever.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
think about
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
And then you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm glad Jesus cares.
Yeah. Yeah. For real. For
Yeah.
real. I want to share this story. This isn't my story, but it's a very public story. About maybe 2 years ago now, there's a movie that was released about Phil Robertson, the Duck Dynasty. I guess the main guy, the guy that started the companies and everything like that, the founder. And he was very, very lost. Kind of like that younger brother, just partying his life away. And it's a little bit showed in the movie, but I've heard him tell the story before about his sister. It was his sister who was so adamant that he needed Jesus. And he said, honestly, the rest of his family he had gone so far from God that the rest of his family he said, man, Phil's too far gone.
Wow.
But he had one sister who refused to believe that he was too far gone. And just day after day, year after year, was praying for him, talking to him about Jesus, and eventually convinced a pastor to go meet him in a bar. And it was just the way that, so many people had tried before, but just the way that this pastor communicated the gospel, something kind of clicked with him. But it was because one person refused to give up on him and believe that he had gone too far.
And one pastor who decided to go into the bar and talk to an extremely lost individual.
Who is that one person that maybe everybody else in your school, in your family, in your circle is saying, man, that person's too far gone. They would never come to church on Easter.
Wow.
They would... If they came into church, man, their ceiling might just fall in, right?
That's how far gone they are.
Classic church thing. Who is that person? Because Jesus cared enough about that person to send Jesus to come die on the cross for him.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's been a good podcast.
This was a good podcast.
Yeah, this was like a tasty bag of healthy candy.
You really had to reach for that one.
Oh, that was low-lying fruit. That was low-hanging fruit. Let's say goodbye by taking a bite of our favorite candy. That one was your favorite, right?
This is my favorite. Let's do it.
This one's my favorite.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See you later. That was good.
I like that.
And Young Adult Podcast. Youth and Young Adult Podcast. Youth and Young Adult Podcast.